Hey, welcome. Thank you for joining me. So today's reading is what is the gossip on you at the moment? So you could be asking or have someone in particular in mind or a group of people in mind. For some of you, you could just be asking in general. But yeah, what is the gossip on you? There's three groups for you to choose from. Group 1, the blue calcite. Group 2, the rainbow moonstone. And group 3, the blue apatite. So group 1, 2, and 3, what is the gossip on you? What is the talk at the moment? If you do want to pause the video so you can take a moment to choose your group, feel free, but I will see you in your readings. Hey, welcome. If you've chosen the first group, then this reading is for you, the blue calcite. What is the gossip on you at the moment? So starting with your tarot cards, we have the Three of Cups in reverse, Four of Wands in reverse, and we also have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse too. Okay, so the gossip for this group is that you don't like to socialize. This does feel like it could be someone specific saying this though. This could be someone who's been trying to get together with you or get your attention. More than one person could be saying this though. It could be a few people actually, to be honest. With the Three of Cups, being in reverse, quite a few people could be talking about you right now as well. The people who gossip about you the most could be quite jealous, could be quite envious of you, and it feels like they really do spend their time just bitching about you, unfortunately, you know. It could be friends and it could be acquaintances that talk about you the most. Some of these people could feel like they're in competition with you as well. They say things along the lines of they hope that you don't do well. I don't know in what way, but they gossip about you not being a great influence on them and on other people in your life. Some of them say that you could be too explicit in ways. I don't know if this is about what you say, appearances, I don't know. But yeah, they also gossip about you being mean. They also talk about you being neglectful. I don't know in what way. It doesn't really feel like they say you're neglectful of them or yourself or of other people. No, I don't know. I can't clarify in which way you could be neglectful. But yeah, they also talk about you not working hard. They say that things happen easily for you as well. They also gossip about you being too sexual or you coming across too sexual. Some of you, the person or people who gossip about you, they say that you could be doing things to get the attention of their partner. Say, for example, a person who's married or your friend who's married or an acquaintance who's married or in a relationship, they talk about you possibly trying to take their person from them or trying to get the attention from their person. They say that being around you is too difficult for them and challenging. They gossip about you being selfish or self-absorbed. They say that you don't really know how to maintain or keep friendships. Some of them gossip about you not being a good friend. Someone also gossips about you not being consistent. Like some people are talking about wanting to stop trying with you. They gossip about being upset and disappointed with you. And they could feel this way because they kind of perceive you and your actions as kind of putting yourself first. So they do feel disappointed or betrayed at you doing that. They talk about not being proud of your success. They also talk about you not having a strong foundation. They may talk about doing things to make you feel unwelcome as well. They also mention that you don't keep your promises. They say that you aren't interested enough in them or in other people in general. And I know I've mentioned disappointment already, but like with each of these cards, Three of Cups reversed, Four of Wands reversed, Seven of Pentacles, like there is a sense of disappointment in each of these cards. So whoever is talking about you, they do feel really disappointed with you for whatever reason as well. Like they say they're over being patient with you. They also gossip about you not working enough. But for those of you though who don't have to work, they could be like, I don't know if jealous is the right word, but they could be a bit, salty that you don't have to work and maybe they do. Or at the fact that your life just seems a lot less stressful than their life. So they also gossip about you feeling down. And they also talk about how they no longer care if they run into setbacks with you. These people who gossip about you, they do talk about like not wanting you in their life anymore, unfortunately. So we also have Alien. So they gossip about you being unusual, but this isn't in a way of like being independent or unique or whatever. They kind of just talk about you as if you're unusual. I don't want to say the word weird because I don't know if it doesn't really feel like that's the right energy or the right word. But maybe something along those lines. For some of you, they could talk about that. We also have X. So they also talk about thinking you need to grow up. We also have heightened intuition. It says be extra aware of your inner knowingness as it's trustworthy. So I know this isn't really related to this card, but the message that's coming through is that you could be creating problems for someone, and they think you're doing it intentionally. They could even think you're causing issues in their relationships with other people, whether that's friendships or marriages or, relationships. Like, I don't know, girlfriend, boyfriend. I don't know if people still say that, but yeah. Right, do you have more from this card? And finally, we have turn over a new page. So people also gossip about how they think that you need to change, or they think that they will no longer be able to kind of be a part of your life. But that is all I have for those of you who chose this group. I don't know. I hope it can make sense or be helpful. But I'm wishing you the best, alright? Take care. Hi, welcome. If you've chosen the second group, the Rainbow Moonstone, then this reading is for you. Alright, so the first card we have is the Three of Swords in reverse. We also have the Six of Swords upright. And we also have the Star upright. Interesting. Like straight away, actually, each of these cards speak of healing in some way. Three of Swords reversed, Six of Swords, the Star. But it doesn't even really feel like people are gossiping about you healing. It feels like they talk about you needing to move on from something or needing to move on from someone. But they say that it seems like you're in a better place. It doesn't really seem like people gossip about you too much, or gossip about this topic too much. It's like someone could bring it up and then they move on. Like they don't really talk about it too heavily. Someone is saying though that they hope you can forgive them and they hope that you can move on from what happened between you both in the past, or maybe something that they did in the past. This definitely feels like it could be someone that hurt you. This could be family, it could be an acquaintance or an ex. It feels like someone you do know fairly well, as opposed to someone who's like not a big part of your life or more of it like a stranger. Feels like you don't really see this person much anymore. But whoever this is, they feel bad that they hurt you. They also talk about you being unlikely to forgive them, or that's just how they feel, that you will be unlikely to forgive them and kind of move past what happened. So, I don't know, for some of you, this person could still be in your life, but not in your life at the same time, if that makes sense. Feels like they're not really that much present in your life right now. But they do talk about hoping that you feel happy again, or that you find you're happy again, or things that make you happy. Okay, so people or someone in particular, they talk about how they feel like they've alienated you. They talk about how you may feel lonely in their perspective, and they could feel like they're the ones who caused it. They also talk about wanting to help you feel less lonely. But for some of you, they don't even really feel like you want that company. They do talk about wanting to spend more time with you. Someone gossips about wanting to reconcile with you as well. But this person that wants to reconcile with you, they could be more of an acquaintance for some of you guys. But take whatever resonates. It definitely feels like it's a different energy from before. So that person could, want to be back in your life, or they feel guilt for how they treated you and stuff like that. But this person who wants to reconcile with you definitely feels like a different person. So it could be a few people who have regrets in regards to you. And that's something that they do talk about. They could actually talk about this quite often. Again, like there is someone in particular talking about how they feel like they have to swallow their feelings for you. They think that if they don't, it would cause problems for you, maybe for them as well. But they also feel like you wouldn't be receptive. But yeah, people talk about you being in a better place soon. They may not think in their perspective from what they know or from what they think they know. Um, they don't think you're 100% there yet. They could talk about you traveling or on the move a lot more, whether this is like actually traveling or whether this is kind of just like traveling around your city or wherever it is that you live, or just being on the move a lot more, being more active. But there could be someone, let me see, from your past who talks about how you physically moved, left them behind. Like this could be changing where you live, or for some of you, it could just be energetically, you've just kind of like moved on from them. But for some of you, it does feel like you physically upped and left, and that's something that they talk about. Again, like this could be a different energy than the energies that came out before. But yeah, people talk about you changing for the better, or at least trying to change for the better. People definitely talk about you being a good person and that you do really have a good heart. People talk about you no longer going with the flow. Um, they definitely say that you're more structured, or you're at least trying to gain more structure in your life or in certain areas of your life. Again, like there is someone in particular talking about how you've outgrown them. People talk about you being peaceful and kind of just wanting to stay in a peaceful place and a peaceful energy. Like you don't want drama, you don't want conflict. They do talk about how you seem a bit more optimistic, that you want to do better for yourself. They also say that you seem less reactive now. So they definitely say that you're more calm and content. They do mention that you value your freedom. Like there is someone talking about how they really miss your energy, like especially your tranquil energy. It feels like you really helped this person, though some of you may have been unaware of the effect that you actually did have on this person, but they really miss it though. It's romantic. I don't know what type of relationship that could have been though. But yeah, they say that you're feeling more hopeful and feeling renewed, and you're kind of just changing for the better, you know? All right, so we have falling, drop into the deep end of your soul. Sorry. So people also talk about you being quite a deep person. We also have cat, take care of yourself. Trust that if you do, you'll always land on your feet. So people talk about you taking care of yourself right now, putting trust in yourself. They do say that you are going to land on your feet, but again, like, it does feel like some people think or assume that you haven't, landed on your feet just yet, or you haven't found that kind of security and stability just yet. But you're definitely on your way there, you know? So we have union of love. So people are talking about how you could be entering a relationship soon, or you could fall in love soon. They don't really talk about it as if you're in love now, or maybe even, do they think you're, like, they don't talk about it as if you're pursuing love now. Actually, there is someone, oh my god, lovers came out. So there is someone in particular talking about how, about wanting to pursue you or being interested in you, or they hope that you're interested in them. Ace of Wands, the lovers. So, yeah. Do you have more from this one? Alright, so we also have life lesson. Break free from recurring negative patterns by praying to know the lesson and the blessing that they contain. So yeah, people talk about you breaking free from negative patterns, maybe even negative relationships. But again, like, there is this overall energy of you changing for the better, you know? And finally, we have spiritual protection. You're being watched over and protected physically, emotionally, and energetically. There's a lot of purple here as well. Purple, 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 purple. So there could be another message for those of you who kind of, yeah, behind the color purple. There could be another message there. So another thing people are gossiping about, or talking about, should I say, is that you do seem to be much more protective over yourself. That you seem to have much more self-awareness as well, and also awareness of other people and their actions and their intentions and stuff like that. But that's all I have for those of you who chose this group. I do hope it can be helpful, and I'm wishing you the best, okay? Take care. Welcome. If you've chosen group 2, no, group 3. Sorry about that. So if you've chosen group 3, blue apatite crystal, then this reading is for you. Okay, so no, not the person on your mind. I mean, some of you could be asking about the person on your mind. But what is the gossip on you? So we have the Three of Wands upright, Ace of Cups in reverse, and we also have the Hermit upright. Alright, so what is the gossip? No, I'll leave that after. Okay, so the gossip on you is that you are growing and that you're moving forward in life, moving on from the past. There is someone though who could feel quite resentful. It feels like you aren't close to this person, either at all or just anymore. They could resent that you're ignoring them, or they kind of perceive your actions as ignoring them, or you are, literally. But yeah, they could feel quite resentful about that. They could also resent that you found something out about them. People or someone in particular, they talk about how you've moved on with someone else. They say that you seem happy with someone else or in a new phase of your life. People do gossip about perceiving you as not having a lot of freedom. They say you're always busy or you're always working. And there's also someone who's talking about how they didn't show you enough love when you needed it. They don't necessarily regret it, but they understand that has contributed to where your relationship is at with them now. That could be a friend or an acquaintance for some of you, maybe even a family member. The gossip on you is that you and someone else could, like, they talk about you and someone else maybe needing to move on from the problems that you both had with each other in the past. They talk about how they think you and this person should have tried harder to make things work. Like, the talk on you is that you have, or you are, like, you are rejecting someone, or you've already rejected someone. You could have rejected their help or their love and affection. This could be referring to an ex, family, or friend, someone who's not really in your life anymore. But they talk about how they think you were wrong for rejecting this person. But they talk about you wanting to start again, clean slate with someone else or by yourself, and how you're not really interested in revisiting the past. Like, they kind of say that you kind of just want to put it behind you and move on at this point. Like, they say you're not interested in trying again with someone as well. They do talk about you being stubborn, in their opinion. And they kind of talk about how you are keeping your life private right now, keeping your emotions private, and how you feel in general or how you feel about certain things. They say that you no longer trust someone or you no longer trust a group of people. They also mention you not being stagnant anymore. They say that you seem happy though. They also gossip about you cancelling on them or cancelling social events, cancelling on invitations that you've received or plans that you've made with people. And for some of you, they talk about you wanting to have another baby or just have a baby. But people also talk about how in their perception. They feel like you fall out of love quite quickly and that you can be a bit of a heartbreaker. But they don't think it's intentional on your part. They also don't think you're selfish for those reasons as well, you know? And if anything, some people talk about you being quite wise. But these could be different people who think that you've made a mistake in rejecting someone. So we also have key, seek no further, your aha moment is here. So someone's been talking about how they have found something out about you. It's like they see you more clearly now. For whoever's saying this though, they're saying it in a negative way. But it doesn't feel like a lot of people have that perception, like you are hiding something and now I found out your dirty secret or who you really are type energy. It feels like it is a very specific person who feels like they see you for who you are now, you know? We also have flood, express the ocean of your emotion. So the gossip on you is that someone feels like you need to express yourself more, but they feel like you're being very private when it comes to your emotions and when it comes to your feelings. But it feels like they kind of want you to spill your guts, you know, and like be very open and vulnerable with them, but they also see you as not wanting to be vulnerable and wanting to keep certain things to yourself. But we also have wellness. They think you're recovering, or they talk about how you are recovering, about how you're healing or making healthier choices for yourself. And finally, we have beyond the ego. There's a lot of green, so they really do talk about your growth, like they do talk about your healing or you being in a better place or making better decisions for yourself. But there is someone in particular talking about how someone else needs to stop being egotistical or stubborn when it comes to you. But again, like this energy in particular feels like it's someone who's on your side. Yeah, and not one of the people who are potentially saying negative things about you or making up these assumptions about you. So yeah, there is someone saying that someone else needs to kind of swallow their pride when it comes to you and approach you, maybe even make amends with you. But that's all I have though for those of you who chose this group. I do hope it could be helpful and make sense, but I'm wishing you the best, okay? Take care. Bye.